revolt. Hail, great friend. Send to the king the knowledge of the broil, as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood. The merciless MacDonald wedded to be rebel, for did not the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him from the western isles with kerns and gallowglasses supplied? And fortune on his damned quarrel smiling showed like a rebel's whore, but all's too weak. For brave Macbeth, well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution, carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands, nor begged farewell to, till he unseamed him from knave to chaps, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Valiant cousin, a noble gentleman.
Mark, King of Scotland, mark, no sooner justice had compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismay not this! Our captains, Macbeth and Banquo.
Yes, as sparrows to eagles, or the head to the lion. If I say sooth, I must report. They were as cannons, overcharged with double cracks. But I am faint, and my gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee, as thy wounds. They speak of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king.
Whence comest thou, worthy thane?
From Fife, great king, when the Norwegian betters flapped the sky and fed our people cold. Norway itself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, point against point, rebellious, arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit. And to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Ha! Great happiness! Great happiness! No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Good sir, why do you start, and seem to fear things that do sound so fair. My noble partner, you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope. And he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail! 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 Less I than Macbeth, but greater. Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail, Macbeth, and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail! All hail!
Stay! You imperfect speakers! Tell me more! Sinel's death I know I am fain of Glom. How of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not only within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Speak, I charge you!
Whither are they vanished?
Into the air.
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too? Which is not so.
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks.
And for an earnest of a greater nature, he bade me, from him, call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which edition, hail most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Thanks for your pains. Glom and Thane of Cawdor? The greatest is behind. Do you not hope that your children shall be kings? When those that put the name of Cawdor upon me promise no less to them?
'Tis strange. Oftentimes, to win us to our harms, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles. To betray is in deepest consequence.
It cannot be ill. It cannot be good. If ill, why have they given me earnest of success? Admitting in a truth, I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion? Whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make my seated heart knock at my ribs? Against the use of nature, nothing is, what is not.
Look how our partners rapt.
Chance will have me king, and chance may crown me, without my stir.
New horrors come upon him.
Come what come may. Time and hour runs through the roughest day.
Aha! Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and given more time, the interim having waited, we'll speak our free hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough. Come. Is execution done on Cawdor?
My liege, I have spoken with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highest pardon, and set forth. Nothing in his life became him like believing it.
Oh, worthy cousin! The sin of my ingratitude even now weighs heavy upon me. Yet only I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay. The service and loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee,
and shall labor to bring thee to full growing. Noble Banquo, thou deserves no less to be known for thy valor in our service. So let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know that we shall establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland. Signs of nobleness are like stars, shall shine on all deservers.
I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife your reproach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy and noble Cawdor.
Prince of Cumberland. Now that is a step on which I must fall, or else sorely leap. For in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fire. Let not light see my blackened desires.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned and desired to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. And whilst I stood, wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cardor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time as Hail King that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glad thou art, and Cardor, and shalt be what thou art promised, yet I do fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits into thine ear, and chastise thee with the valor of my tongue, all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him? Who, were it so, would have informed me for preparations.
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had speed of him, who was dead for breath had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is horse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts. Unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of the direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gold, murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait upon nature's mischief. And come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife sees not the wound it makes, nor heaven, peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Hold! Great arms, worthy Cardor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposed.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thing, is a book where men may read strange matters. Bear welcome in your eye. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch.
We will speak further.
Leave all the rest to me.
This castle has a pleasant seat. The air, nimbly and sweetly, recommends itself to our gentle senses.
The heaven's breath smells wooingly here. I have observed the air is delicate.
See our honored hostess.
All our services in every effort, twice done and then done double, were poor and simple business to contend with the honor deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house.
Come, give me your hand and conduct me to mine host. We seek to continue our graces toward him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. He's here in double trust. First, because I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, and as his host, against his murderer should shut the door. Not dare deny myself. Besides, this Duncan hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues shall plead like angels against the deep damnation of his taking off. And pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye. Tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition which overleaps itself and falls unto the other. How now? What news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
You will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, who should be worn now in the newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale?
Prithee, see here. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
And what beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? And when you durst to do it, then you are a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. No, I have given suck and know how tender it is to love the babe that looks me, and yet I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn, as you have done to this.
We should fail.
We failed. But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, his two chamberlains will I with wine, so convinced that water, that memory of the brain, shall be but a fume, and when its swinish sleep, that drenched natures lie, as in a death, What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his two spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only, for thy undaunted mettle shall compose of nothing but male. Will it not be received? When we have marked with blood those sleepy two of his own chamber, and used their very daggers, that we have done.
Who dare receive it other, as we shall make our grief and clamor war upon his death?
I am settled. Away, and mark the time with fairer show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
Hold. Who's there?
A friend.
What's not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath been in an unusual pleasure. All is well. I dreamed last night of the three weird sisters. To you they have showed some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend in some words upon that business. You would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
Good. Propose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Is this a dagger which I see before me? The hand towards my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not yet. I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible as to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat oppressed frame? I see thee yet. Thou marshals me the way I must go, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes have been made a fool of the other senses. I see thee still. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs us to mine eyes. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. The doors are open. I laid the daggers ready. You could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Dost thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owls scream and the crickets cry.
This is a sorry sight.
Foolish thought to say a sorry sight. Consider it not so deeply. These deeds must not be thought after in this way, so it will make us mad. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. Cannot think of what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
In firm of purpose, give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but his pictures. It is the eye of childhood that bears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt. My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire to our chamber. Little water clears us of this deed. Hark! More knocking. Put on your nightgown, lest occasion call and shows to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
Oh, here's a nookin indeed. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Unknown, unknown. Oh, never quiet. Oh, I thank ye. Remember the porter.
Was it so late ere you went to bed, friend, that you do lie so late?
Oh, faith, my lady, we were carousing till second cock, and drink is a great provoker of three things.
And what three things doth drink especially provoke?
Marry, my lady, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Cherry, my lady, it provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but takes away the performance. It persuades him and disheartens him. Makes him stand to and not stand to.
I believe drink did give thee the lie last night. Is thy master stirring? Or knocking has awakened him. Here he is.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, but
Is the king stirring, worthy thing?
not yet.
Oh, well, he did command me to bid timely upon him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
Oh, I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does, sir. He did appoint, sir.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down. And as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams of death. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
Oh, horror, horror, horror! Tongue or heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Speak!
Most sacrilegious murder hath broke up the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What is it you say? The life?
Mean you, his majesty?
Approach the chamber and let a new Gorgon destroy thy eyesight. Bid me not speak. See, and then speak yourself. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder! Treason!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of this house? Speak. Speak.
Gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I may speak. Banquo, Banquo, a royal master's murdered.
Oh, what lass? In our house?
Too cruel anyway. Dear dove, I prithee, contradict thyself. Say it is not so.
If I had died an hour before this chance, then I would have lived in blessed time. For from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Grace and renown is dead.
Oh, what is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The head, the spring, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
By whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were embattled with blood, and so were their daggers.
Oh, I do repent me of my fury, that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral, all in a moment? No man. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs do look like a breach in nature, for ruin's wasteful entrance. There, the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers, unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain, that had a heart to love, and in that heart, courage to make love known?
Help me hence.
Look to the lady.
When our naked frailties hit, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of murder. To know it further, fears and scruples shake us.
Let us briefly put on manly readiness, and meet in the hall together.
What will you do? Let us not consort with him, to show an unfelt office, which the false man does easy. I'll to England. Take daggers in men's smiles, the near in blood, the nearer bloody. This murderous shaft that shot have not yet lighted. The safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty in leave taking, but shift away. There is warrant in that theft which steals itself, and there is no mercy left.
How goes the world now, my lady?
Why, see you not?
Is it not known who did this most foul and bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Alas, the day! What good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm, the king's son, has stolen away and fled, which puts upon him suspicion of the deed.
Against nature's steel, thriftless ambition that would rabbit up thy own life's means. It is most likely the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Will you discover?
No, cousin, I'll to fight.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu.
Farewell!
Thou hast it now. King, Glom, Conway. Oh, as the weird women had promised. And I fear thou played most foully for it. Yet it was said it should not stand in my own posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If truth come from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. May they not be my oracles as well, and build me up in hope, but hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
Had he been forgotten, it would have been as a gap in our great feast.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and now request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie for ever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins bestowed in England, not confessing to cruel parricide, filling his ears with strange invention. But done that tomorrow. Goes Leon's with you?
Aye, my good lord.
I wish your horses sure and swift of foot. Farewell. A word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus are fears and banquet. Stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared, 'tis much he did theirs. There is none but he whose being I do fear. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then prophet-like, they held him father to a line of kings. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan have I murdered, only for them, to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Now go and stand at the door till we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Have you considered of my speeches?
You have made it known to us.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine. And in such bloody distance that every moment of his being thrust against my nearest of life. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight, yet I must not. For certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop. And thence it is that to your assistance I do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
You shall, my lord, perform as you command us.
Though our lives...
Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, for it must be done tonight. Leave no rubs or botches in the work. Fleance, his son, that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than in his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Oh, now, my lord. Why do you keep alone of sorriest fancies your companions making, using thoughts which indeed should have died with them they think on? Things without all remedy must be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. But let the frame of things disjoint, and both the world suffer. Ere we will eat our meal in fear, and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, and on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy.
Come on, gentle, my lord. Sleek over your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial amongst your guests tonight.
No. Full of scorpions is my mind. Knowest that Banquo in his fiance lives.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest child, till thou applaud the deed. For thee, come with me.
Hark! I hear horses.
Here was a light there. Ho!
It is he. The rest are already in court.
His horses go about.
A light! A light!
Stand to it.
It will be rain tonight.
Let it come down!
Oh, treachery! Fly, Leon, fly! Thou mayst revenge your slave!
There's but one down. The sun has fled.
We have but lost the best half of our affair.
Well, let's away and say how much is done.
You know your own degrees. Sit down at first, and last the hearty welcome.
Thank you, your majesty.
Ourself will mingle with society, and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time, we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks. They are welcome.
Be large in mirth, anon, and we'll drink and measure the table round.
Here, here.
There's blood on my face.
'Tis been closed then.
Better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
Good Lord, his throat is cut. That I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Yet he's good that did the like of Leon's.
Most royal sir, Leon's escaped.
Then comes my fitting. Or else I have been perfect. Whole as the marl, founded as the rock, as broad and general as the casing air. Now I'm cowed, cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
Aye, good Lord. Safe in a ditch he bides, with 20 trench gashes to the head, the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies, and the worms that fled had no teeth for the present. If be gone tomorrow, we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. May it please your highness sit.
The table's full.
Here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord, what is it that moves your majesty?
it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
My lords and ladies, rise. His Highness does not wail.
Pray you, please sit. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought you will again be well. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed, and regard him not. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one that dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Proper stuff, this is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to donkey. These flaws and starts, impostors to true fear, would well to serve a woman's story round a winter's fire. Shame itself, why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look on but a stool.
Prithee, see here, look, lo, behold, what say?
What command in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fie, for shame!
Blood has been shed here now!
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity that is nothing to those who know me. Come love and health to all. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dearest friend Banquo, whom we miss.
To his majesty.
Avaunt! And quit my sight! Let the earth hide thee. Thy bones are marrowless. Thy blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes that thou dost glare with.
Think this, good peers, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare? I dare. Approach thou! Hence, horrible shadow! On your mockery, hence! Sir, being gone, I am a man again. Pray you sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting, with most admired disorder.
Can such things be, and overcome us like a summer's cloud? When I think that you can behold such sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, when mine are blanched with fear!
What sights, my lord?
Pray you speak not. My lord grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Good night and better health. Attend his majesty. A kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. I will tomorrow to the Wind Sisters. More shall they speak, for now I am bent to know. By the worst means the worst. I am in blood. Stepped in so far that I should wade no more. Returning were as tedious as go over. Strange things I have in head that will to hand, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, go to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are but young, indeed.
of wolf, which is mommy, more and go, of the robin, so she's sharp, root of hemlock, digging in the dark, finger of the strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drug, make the gruel thick and slab, and thereto a tiger's cauldron for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good. By the crooking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
How now, you secret, dark and midnight hags? What is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you, by that to which you profess, however you come to know it, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak, demand.
Will answer. Say, if thou rendered from our mouths or from our masters.
Come, let me see them.
Pouring down the blood that hath eaten her 9 pharaoh, grease that sweat from the murder's give it throw into the flame.
Come high or low, thyself and office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power,
He knows thy thoughts.
Hear his speech, but see thou not.
Macbeth,
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 Macbeth, Macbeth.
beware, Macduff.
Beware the
Macbeth, Macbeth. Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of men, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
then live Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But yet, I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, so that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not.
Be lion-mettled, proud, and take no care who chase, who fret, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish me until great Burnham wood to hide on the same hill shall come against him.
That can never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree, unfix his earthbound root? Sweet boldness, good! Rebellion's head, never rise till the woods of Burnham rise, and our high place, Macbeth, shall live the lease of nature. Yet, my heart throbs to know one thing. Shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall upon you!
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo, down! Oh, thy crown does sear mine eyeballs, and thy hair, thou other gold-brown brow, it's like the first, a third is like the former. Filthy hags! Oh, why do you show me this? A fourth, stark eyes, what will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet, a seventh I'll see no more, and yet the eighth appears who bears a glass and shows me many more. Horrible sight! Now I see 'tis true, for the blood-bolted Banquo smiles upon me and points at them for this. What is this, sir?
Aye, sir, all this is so.
Where are they? Gone.
What is your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by me?
No, indeed, my lord.
Cursed be the air whereon they ride, and damned all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of horse. Who was it that came by?
'Tis true what bring, my lord, that bring you word Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time. Thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, and give the edge of the sword to her babes and all unfortunate souls that trace her and her line.
What had she done to make her fly land?
You must have patience.
She had none. Her flight was madness.
You do not know whether it was her wisdom or her fear.
Wisdom? To leave her mansion and her titles in a place from whence she does fly? She loves us not.
My dearest coz, I pray you, school yourself. For your mother, she is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further.
Was my mother a traitor?
Aye, that she was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Every person that does so is a traitor, and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Every one.
Who must hang them?
By the honest men.
Then the liars and swearers are fools. For they are liars and swearers, ye now to beat the honest men, and hang up them.
Now God help thee, poor monkey. What are these faces?
Where are your kinsmen?
I hope in no so place so unsanctified as such as thou mayest find her.
She is a traitor! Thou liest! Thou shag-haired villain! What, you egg? You young treacherous fry! She has killed me! Run away, I pray you!
Murder! 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 Murder!
Let us hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men, bestride our downfall and birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, that it resounds as if it felt with Scotland, and yelled out the syllable of dole.
This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once the honest you, hath loved him well. He hath not touched you yet, I am young. But something you may deserve of him through me, to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry god.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is a good and virtuous nature made recoil in an imperial charge.
I have lost my hope. Bleed, bleed, poor country, great tyranny. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkest for all the great space that is in the tyrant's grasp.
Be not offended. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. When I shall tread upon this tyrant's head, I'll wear it on my sword. Yet my poor country shall have more vices in it than before. By him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice so crafted, that when they shall be opened, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow.
Not in all the legions of horrid hell shall come a devil as damned in evil to talk Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious smacking of every sin that has a name.
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once. 'Tis hard to reconcile. Oh, see who comes here. Our gentle cousin. Welcome hither.
My lady, amen.
Stand Scotland as it did.
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying or ere they sicken.
What is the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker, each minute teems a new one. But I have words that would be howled out of the desert air, where hearing should not latch 'em.
What concern they? The general cause?
It shares some woe, so the main part pertains to your own.
Well, if it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, give it to me.
Let not thy ears despise my tongue forever, which would be possessed with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard. Your castle is surprised, your babes savagely slaughtered.
Merciful heavens.
My children?
Children, servants, all that could be found.
Be comforted. Let us make medicine of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones, did you say all? Oh, how kind. All my pretty chickens at one fell swoop?
Dispute it.
I shall do so, but I must feel it. I cannot help but remember those that were precious to me. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone to your sword. Convert grief to anger. Blunt not the heart. Enrage it.
Gentle heaven, cut short all intermission, front to front. Bring that fiend to Scotland and myself. Within my sword's length set him.
Come, we go to the king. Our power is ready. Macbeth is ripe for shaking. Receive what cheers you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
I have for 2 nights watched with you, yet can perceive no truth in your report. When was it last she walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed, yet all while in a most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature. To receive at once the benefits of sleep, yet do the effects in watching. In this slumbery agitation, apart from her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That's so which I will not report after her,
You may to me.
neither to you nor anyone having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo, you, here she comes, and of so very guise, upon my life, fast asleep. Stand close, observe her.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their senses shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her to continue this a quarter of an hour.
Well, now here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her, so as to strengthen my remembrance the more strongly.
Out, damned Scot. Out, I say! 1, 2. Now then, 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky! Why, my lord, fine, a soldier and a beard. What need we fear to notice it? when none may call our power to account. And yet, who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
The vain wife had a wife. Where is she now? What, will these hands never be clean? Is the smell of the blood still? All of the perfumes of Arabia could not sweeten this little hand.
What a sigh is there! The heart is sorely charged. This disease is beyond my practice. And yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep, who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. To bed. To bed. I hear a knocking at the gate. Come. Give me your hand. To bed. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Will she now go to bed?
Directly.
Oh, foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows will reveal their secrets. Look after her.
Good night, good doctor.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly on. To Burnham Wood removed to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy now? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, for no man being born of woman shall ever have power upon thee. The heart I bear shall never sag with doubt, nor shake with fear. Thou cream-faced loon, where goest thou with that goose look?
There's 10,000 soldiers, sir.
What soldiers?
The English force, so please you. What is your gracious pleasure?
I am sick at heart that I do behold. I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
Thou put it on. Send out more horses. Skir the country roads. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me my armor. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick and coming fancies that do keep her from her sleep.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind deceased, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart?
That therein the patient must administer unto himself.
Throw visit to the dogs. I'll none of it. Come, sir, put mine armor on. Give me my staff. Send out. Doctor, the things fly from me. Come on, sir, dispatch. Pull it off, I say.
Aye, my good lord.
I will not be afraid of death and bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane.
Cousins, I hope the days are close at hand. My corridors shall be safe. What is this wood before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down a bough, and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host, and make discovery ere in report to us.
It shall be done.
banners on the outer walls. Our castle straits shall laugh the siege to scorn. Here, let them lie, till famine and the ague eat them up. What is that noise?
'Tis the cry of women, my good lord.
I have almost forgot the taste of fear. There was a time my senses would have cooled to hear a midnight shriek. I am sucked full of horrors. Direless, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot but start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out. Out, brief candor. Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player who frets and struts his hour across the stage, and it is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious, my lord, I shall report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, madam.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon, methought, the wood began to move.
Liar! It's slave!
Let me endure your wrath if it be not so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming. I say, a moving grove.
Thou speakest false. From the nearest tree shalt thou hang alive. Fear not, till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane. Now a wood do come to Dunsinane. On! On and out! I am tied to the stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like, I must fight the course.
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all else I have avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is too much charged of blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword, thou bloodier villain in terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labor. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
To spare thy charmed life, and let the angel thou still servest tell thee, Macbeth was from her mother's womb untimely ripped.
Cursed be the tongue that tells me so. I will not fight with thee.
Then yield, coward.
I will not yield. To kiss the ground at young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the ravener's curse, though Burnham would be come to Dunsinane, and though opposed, being of no woman born, I will try the last!
I would the friends we missed was safe arrived. Macduff is missing.
Hail, king, for so thou art. Behold, where lies the usurper's cursed head. Time is free. Hail, King of Scotland.
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves.
My Thanes and Kingsmen, henceforth, the Earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honour named. What's more to do that would have been planted newly with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad, who fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who, as 'tis thought, by self and violent hands, took of her life. This and what needful else that calls upon us, by the grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time, and place. So, thanks to all at once, and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.